Hello everyone and welcome to Let's Learn English Online. Today we are going to discuss what are phrases and its types. So let's get started. Question comes in our mind that what is a phrase? A phrase is a group or combination of two or more words. It is a unit of a complete sentence. By itself, a phrase is not a complete sentence, as it does not relay a complete thought. It does not contain the subject and the predicate both, so it is not a clause either. We will discuss 7 types of phrases, that are noun phrases, verb phrases, prepositional phrases, infinitive phrases, participle phrases, gerund phrases, and absolute phrases. Let's discuss noun phrase. These are the phrases containing a noun, name, place or things, and at least one modifier associated to the noun. The modifier can prefix or suffix the noun. The entire phrase will act as a noun for that particular sentence. For example, he was wearing a black linen shirt. They lived in a small tidy cottage. Here shirt and cottage are nouns making a noun phrase. Let's move towards the verb phrases. Every sentence will generally contain a verb, but sometimes the action being described requires a more express multi-words verb phrase. The phrase consists of the main verbs and then auxiliary verbs, that is helping verbs. Example of verb phrases are: the teacher is writing the answer. They have been playing since the last 2 hours. Here writing and playing are verbs which will make verb phrases. Now let's move towards the prepositional phrases. Any phrase that consists of a preposition and the object of the preposition, which will be a noun or a pronoun, known as a prepositional phrase. Such a phrase also at times consists of other modifiers describing the object of the prepositional phrase. Let us look at some examples. Students are advised to be on time. In the second example, please turn towards the right at the intersection. Here to, on and at are prepositions making prepositional phrase. Now there are certain times when a prepositional phrase will act as an adjective for a sentence. It will be the answer to the question which one. For example, please guard the book above the cupboard. This statement is referring to the question of which book. The student at the end of the line is misbehaving again. This statement is referring to the question of which student. And then the prepositional phrase can be seen as the adverb of a sentence. How, where or when are the questions that it answers. Common examples are: the cat is hiding behind the tree is the answer of where is the cat. The family headed to grocery store after breakfast is the answer of when did the family leave. Let's move towards infinitive phrases. A phrase that includes an infinitive along with a simple verb is an infinitive phrase. There may also be modifiers attached to the object in the phrase. It contains a verb, so it plays the role of expressing an action in the sentence. An infinitive phrase starts with an infinitive and includes other modifiers or objects. Like infinitives themselves, infinitive phrases can act in 3 different capacities, that are noun, adjectives, and adverbs. Infinitive phrases can be used as nouns. Subjects of a sentence are always nouns or pronouns. For example, to dance beneath the stars with her is Jared's only goal. To dance beneath the stars with her operates as a noun and serves as the subject of the sentence. Then we are met with the linking verb is. Is one of the most popular linking verbs. That is, it's not showing action. Rather, it's linking the subject to further information found in the subject complement. Infinitive phrases can be used as adjectives. As an adjective phrase will modify a noun in the sentence. For example, the best book to help you understand fairy tales is titled Once Upon a Time, which is modifying the noun book. In this example, the subject or the thing being discussed is a book. We learn more about the book or it gets modified by the phrase to help you understand fairy tales. Now we know it's not just a book, it's a book that details fairy tales. Infinitive phrases can be used as adverbs. Finally, we have our friend, the adverb. The most popular definition of an adverb is a word that modifies a verb, but they can also provide further information about adjectives and other adverbs. Let's take a look. Mary talked to breathe in some fresh air. Here, to breathe in some fresh air is modifying the verb walked. It's giving us more information about why she took this action. Let's move towards participle phrases. A participle phrase will begin with a participle which can be a present participle ending with ing or a past participle ending with ed. There may be a few modifiers and associated words included in the phrase. One thing to remember is that a participle phrase always takes the form of an adjective in a sentence. Some examples of the participle phrase are brimming with confidence. John blurted the answer. Here, John is a noun which modifies a participle phrase which is brimming with confidence. Peering over the top of his glasses, her tutor shook his head. The participle phrase describes her tutor in this sentence. Let's move towards a gerund phrase. A gerund is a word that ends with ing without exception. So a gerund phrase is a phrase that continues containing an ing word with some modifiers in some cases. Well, while participle phrases function as adjectives, gerund phrases exclusively function as nouns. Let us look at some examples. She is currently writing her memoir. Washing the dishes is Alex's chore. As both phrases have ing, so they are gerund phrases. Let's move towards absolute phrase. An absolute phrase will contain a noun or a pronoun with a participle. Again, it may also contain additional associative words and modifiers. An absolute participle will modify a whole clause or even a whole sentence, not only one word. However, it does not constitute a complete sentence or a clause. Generally, an absolute phrase is separated by commas. Let us take a look at few examples. Weather permitting, we shall meet in the evening. And the second example is God willing, we shall meet again. Here, weather permitting the God and God willing is an example of an absolute phrase. So this is it for today. See you in the next video. Just stay tuned with Let's Learn English Online for more informative videos.